Fucking you make me proud of me, cause I know that you die.
Louisiana shit. Murder on the beat.
Hey y'all, it's me, your girl TTR. Let me make sure, lipstick on my teeth. I'm back again with another video. It's another get ready with me. I actually liked doing the last one, so I just decided to do another one. So I'm not gonna make this intro hella long or whatever, all that. We don't need all that. But if y'all want to see how I got this look, this little cute simple look or whatever, just stay tuned and I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm just getting ready for class today, and I actually need to film a video, like an actual just makeup video yesterday, but I ended up getting caught up in some other stuff, so I didn't. I just started doing this, like I saw somebody in a video start putting color corrector under their eye, kind of like highlight, and I liked how it turned out. I haven't been color correcting a lot lately, but I just started to do it again because I seen the video and I was like, you know what, I should do that because it looks a little bit more flawless when I do it. It does depend, I do feel like, on the foundation you use though, because if you use some like really full coverage foundation, most of the time you don't need it, or if you don't have a bunch of like dark spots and scars or discoloration, you don't really have to. But yeah, I want to talk about odd topic, stalkers, real quick. I want to tell y'all about the time that I had a freaking stalker, and like how serious you guys need to take things, because I'm a person, like, you know how older people always be like, ooh, you young folks, you think nothing can ever happen to you. And honestly, I really do feel like we, for the majority of the part, do. But with everything that's going on in this day and age, I know we are a little bit more aware that it don't matter. Age don't got no name, no number, none of that. No certain time it can come for you, death can come for you whenever. So yeah, but or bad things, but yeah. So I used to work at IHOP. This is a few years ago, or a couple years ago, and I used to be a server. Serving is some good money, y'all see these eyebrows, like, girl, I just got them done yesterday at work, so they looking real fresh. But anyway, I used to be a server at IHOP, and I loved like serving for the time that I was serving, because them tips, you feel me? Them tips was nice, but with that came like regular guests, stuff like that, which was fine because usually if you have regulars, they tip you pretty good. But I had this one guy who just came out the blue one day, and he became a regular. Like, that's usually how most regulars become a regular. He was this black dude. He was like mid 30s, probably early 40s or whatever. And I would say actually kind of like mid to late 30s, probably, if he was 40, very early 40s. He started coming, and he would like come and just ask me to do hella stuff for his meal. Like, I remember the first time he came, like, he asked me to make like a raspberry lemonade from scratch for him, and I did that. You know why? Because I wanted that tip. If you're urban server, you know who's gonna like tip you if you go out your way for them pretty good, and if you so I was like, sure, why not? So I made that thing from scratch for him. I did his food order and all that, and he liked me, and he gave me a good tip. I didn't really think anything of it. He was like pretty cool, like when I say, like, he actually, like, he was kind of weird, But I wasn't tripping because people just be weird. You know, you meet people that just be weird. So I wasn't really tripping on it. I didn't think much of it. Then he started coming like damn near every day and requesting me. And you know, being a server, like I said, you don't think anything about that really, because like you want regulars because they like you enough to tip you well. So like when you get regulars, you're like, okay. But he was always just kind of off a little bit, but I didn't really think anything about it. But he would like ask me a bunch of questions and ask me all just about my personal life and just what do I do outside of work? Do I go to school? This and that. Mind you, I was in high school at this time. I was a senior and I was like 17, 18. And I'm not acting like this is a while ago because I'm only 19 now. So yeah. He would just ask me a bunch of stuff and I didn't really like pick up on it. Like I would just be like, you know, he kind of weird, but people can be really nosy and intrusive, so I still didn't really like be like, oh my god, like, you know, I wasn't alert. It wasn't a complete red flag yet, but what did start to become a red flag was that he was still coming every day asking for me if I was working and if I wasn't, and he started asking me when I was like what days I worked and you know what I did after work and what time do I get off. And I just kind of figured like he probably just like likes me or whatever. But I let him know like I'm in high school when we were talking one time, you know, so like give you a hint like, yo dude, I'm too young for you, because you know I do kind of seem to attract older guys because I don't look like when I'm in high school. So yeah. So I just, you know, let him know like that, like, yeah, I'm in high school, you know, so back off. And normally for someone who is not off or a pedophile, they would leave me alone. But he didn't. He still was very, how do I say, like, he backed off of like the flirting part of it, but he was still very pushy and still very forward and still very like intrusive and trying to get to know me and stuff. And what made me start kind of being like, thinking that he was weird was that one day he popped up at my job, y'all, and was waiting for me to get off. He didn't come get no food, none of that. And he started doing it like more regularly. And I started like telling my coworkers like, yo, this is kind of weird, you know, like this dude, he comes and like he always asks for me, and they're like, you know, well, you know, you want regulars. The same thing I was thinking. But I'm like, no, he's getting weird, because like one of my coworkers asked, like, he asked me one day that I was off, and he asked her for my schedule, and she told him no, like she can't give him a schedule, you know. And so I'm like, hold up, like, no. You know. So I started kind of getting weird about it. Did I tell anyone that time other than my coworkers? I think I just told my coworkers. I didn't like really think too much of it still, or I did think more of it, like, but I didn't like really say too much like to family members or anything. And yeah, so I just was just like, okay, I'm just gonna be cool, watch my back or whatever. I knew I was about to leave IHOP anyway, so that's another reason why I wasn't really tripping that much. And I definitely didn't let him know I was leaving. Some of my like returning like customers, like I let them know like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna be working here anymore or whatever. But him, I wasn't telling him nothing because I don't want to see him no more. So I go about my day and do whatever. Okay, wait, pause. So I just got this one right here. The little Maybelline Super Stay full coverage, up to 24 hour hold or whatever. I wanted to get this like before it had just got fresh on YouTube and everything, but then I was like, I really don't need no foundation. I wanted to do a review, but I was like, there's no reviews, so y'all don't need me. But I guess I'll review it today because this is the first time I'm actually gonna be really using it. So yeah. So take this off. So where was I? I left. I started working. Oh, I like how this one got a pump, because if y'all know, like the old Maybelline Fit Me, it don't have a pump. You know, you gotta pour it and stuff, and you can't like really delegate how much you're gonna get. So I like I left IHOP and I didn't go too far to my next job. I started working at Target. One thing about me, y'all, I didn't work so many places. I'm a hustler. Like, I'm a hustler. But I'm a person like, these are all jobs, they're not careers. So I am quick to leave if I'm not feeling the setup or whatever is going on at the job. I'm quick to dip because this is not a career. This is temporary. This is why I need, this is some temporary money that I need right now for instant gratification. So, yeah. So, I started working at Target. That wasn't too far from the IHOP, maybe like 4 miles from the IHOP or so. And, yeah, I started working there. And I mainly worked at self-checkout. And, you know, you just watch self-checkout. You help people with stuff, whatever. Make sure people don't steal, whatever. That's a whole nother story time. But I was working there for like, I want to say like a month or so. And then I saw him. And when I tell you, like, I saw him and I got scared, like, not scared, but like I got alert immediately, is because I knew like it wasn't going to be good. And it's so crazy because when I saw him, he came to my register because sometimes I used to work register too. And when he came, like, I'd never forget a face, especially a creepy one like that. He saw me, he knew exactly who I was. And he's like socially awkward, right? Because he didn't say like, oh, hey, like, where have you been? I didn't know you stopped working. You know, like most people would, like, if they see. He didn't say any of that. He just looked at me all weird and was like, hi, act like he never met me before. And I was like, okay, like, this is weird. But reason why I was a little like leery and like more alert is because one of my coworkers, like I said, had told me, like my ex-coworkers that I still kept in contact, told me that he was looking for me once I left and was asking, oh, where did I work now and things like that. So I knew like he was looking for me. But I'm like, it's a coincidence, you know, it's kind of in the same neighborhood. So he just came to Target and he seen me. But it got worse. He started coming to Target like all the time, purposely coming to my aisle, or if I wasn't in an aisle, he would purposely come to self-checkout. He started coming and walking around and not buying nothing, just staring at me behind aisles. Like, I would work at self-checkout and I would see him and he would just be standing like behind the candy looking at me like, and I was like, oh, hell no. So I would tell my boyfriend and stuff, and he's like, you just need to be careful. Da, 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 da. I'm like, well, duh. And I told like my grandparents, because I was starting to get worried because he would just come and not buy anything, y'all. He would just come and just chill and just stare at me and then just disappear. So I told my grandparents, I told the security at my job, like when he came, like the first 3 times, I started telling him like, yo, like this is my stalker. Like I seen him before. This is what he does. He follows me. He watches me. Like he started waiting outside because I used to always close because I go to school. So, you know, you got to work after school. I used to always close. He would come, he would wait outside for me to get off. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I tell the security at my job because they're real cool. They know me. I'm cool with them. I'm like, yo, like, this is a stalker. Please, like, watch him, you know, or tell him something. And so, like, they tell him, like, you know, she's underage. Like, this and that. I wasn't at the time, but they were just telling him, like, look, like, you know, it was obvious to anybody who watched, like, he was watching me and, like, he was following me and stuff. And he just didn't really care when they told him anything. He was just like, okay, and just kept coming back still being a weirdo. So after that, I couldn't really do anything. Like, I told my grandma and stuff, and she's like, oh, you know, maybe you need to, like, tell the cops or something. Like, did you tell the security at your job? I'm like, yeah, I told them. But, you know, like, you can't really do nothing until somebody does something to you, because that's what, like, the security at my job told me. Because, you know, like, some of the security at my job worked, like, with law enforcement and stuff like that, or, like, actual law enforcement. And they were telling me, like, yeah, you can't really do anything until he does something to you. This is what I'm saying. Like, the law is so messed up. Like, you gotta wait for something to happen to me for me to get help. Like, what kind of BS is that? Like, so I gotta basically wait to see if he gonna try to kidnap me or kill me or rape me before y'all do anything. Like, the law is so backwards. I really don't understand. Like, okay, so when I realized that, like, and we couldn't ban him from the Target because he didn't do anything technically but creep me out, you know, like, so he was still able to just come and be weird, and they would just watch him, and then like the security at my job, they would walk me to my car and stuff after work and whatnot just to make sure. And I used to start like switching up the route home that I would go because I really like didn't know if he was like following me or whatever. And my grandma, she got a good way like creeping you out. She was like, I seen the show where this guy started stalking this girl at her job, and the next thing you know, like, she didn't come back home and she was dead and this and this and that, and she got raped. And I was just like, oh Lord. So I started like getting nervous and like, you know, just trying to be more cautious or whatnot, and just be more alert. That's all you can really do. And one time, like, I was walking to my car one day, and the security guards weren't walking me. The security at my job wasn't walking me to my car that day. Like, they were doing something, so I just left. And I come outside, and y'all, he's standing outside near my car. So I'm like, oh my God, like, should I walk over there? Or like, should I like go back inside? So I'm just like, F that. I'm not walking over there. Like, we don't got nothing to talk about. He's sitting there staring at me looking weird. And he's sitting there like, he doesn't see me yet. He's sitting there like looking around, like, you know, like passing time by or whatever. And I'm just like, or letting time pass by. I'm just like, oh, hell no. No. So I just go back in my job. I go back in Target. And I go sit down by the Starbucks part. And I look through the window. And I'm like on the phone with my grandma. And I'm like, yo, like, he's outside by my car. Like, he's just chilling. And she's just like, oh my gosh, like, you know, tell the security guards to go out there and make him go away. And so I look out the window again, and like right before I was about to tell the security guards, like, hey, like, this dude's standing out by my car. I don't know if he knew that's where my car was or if he just coincidentally was standing there looking for me. But I wasn't trying to take no chances. Okay? So, before I go tell them, I look, he's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this dude is crazy. Like, this is scary. This is some scary movie shit. Like, I walk outside, he gonna pop up, like, boom. So, I just like, nah. I'll tell security guards, like, hey, I seen no dude out there. Like, walk me to my car, please. So they walk me to my car. He's not out there no more. So they're just like, all right, I got to be safe. You know, have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go on by my day. And that's it. And again, once I stopped working at Target, I haven't seen him since. Thank the Lord. I work in a whole different city, like a few cities away from where I used to work and where I live. So I'm like pretty confident I won't see him again. But honestly, like, I just had to endure that until I left because I couldn't do anything. And it was really like scary because, you know, you never know what's going through somebody's mind. Like, that's when my grandma like really like tried to like get to me. Like, you don't know what he's thinking. You don't know what kind of person he is. You don't know, like, one day he could be like cool and he could just snap. And like what's crazy is because, and I was telling one of my coworkers about it because he was like, why you acting so weird and that guy's here? And I told him, and he's like, oh, like, yeah, I used to work with him. He's off. Like, he's off. I'm like, of course, because that has to happen to me, right? Like, he was like, yeah, that dude's off. Like, he be on some weird stuff. And, like, that he got, like, in trouble at the last job for, like, stalking another lady. Like, I'm just like, okay, so I know I'm not tripping. So all I could do was be cautious and be cool. This foundation is really nice and smooth, and it's really pairing well with my LA Girl Pro concealer, honey. Yes, slay. But yeah, that's all I could do though, was just be cautious, be alert, and everything. Because like I said, I couldn't really take any like legal matters and do anything about it. So that was it. I started working somewhere else, and then I haven't seen him since. Thank the Lord. Just be aware, y'all. Like, stay woke out here. Niggas is creeping. They're gonna catch you while you sleeping. Okay? Okay. But yeah, that was my little stalker story. But in other news, what else, y'all? So y'all been listening to this J. Cole KOD album. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I downloaded the album because I heard about it and I know J. Cole fire AF. And I was listening to some of it the other day on my way to class. And I'm just like, J. Cole, you with the shits. Like, and everybody knew this already. And, you know, like, I really like the concept of how he raps because a lot of times, like, don't get me wrong, I listen to the popular rap music. I like the popular rap music. I love the Migos. Who else I love? I love Drake. I love all these other people. And Drake is actually one of the more influential rappers at times. So I shouldn't just put him in that category. But you need Chance the Rappers. You need Wale's. You need Kendrick Lamar's and J. Cole's in this day and age because I really do feel like there's too much poppin' mollies, pop your ass, bend it over, make it clap, shoot, kill, bang, bang, I got the chopper with me. You know, like, there's a lot of that. So you need a balance, okay? Because it can't just be that all the time. Like, like any other person, I get turned to those songs. I'm not gonna sit here in front, but we just, like, you know, we need like a little mixture or whatever. So yeah, but I digress. I really do like his album. I haven't heard the whole thing though, but I did hear a few songs on it, and I saw the ATM video. I didn't watch the whole thing because I fell asleep. I was tired. It was late night, but I really liked the concept and what he was talking about. And there's another song on there, and he's talking about, like, I don't need no features. Like, stop asking me about some features. I can't remember the name of the song because I was just listening to the whole album while I was driving. But I was like, he really don't need no features. Like, he really get it on his own, so he not lying. But yeah, that album's cool. And then, y'all, my theme song right now is Nice for What, because first of all, we from the 504, period. Secondly, that song go crazy. Like, gotta be nice for what to these niggas. But out, y'all, okay, so I tried to vlog this weekend because I was going out and I hadn't been out in a very long time and I really wanted to vlog it, but I don't really know if I like how it came out, so I don't know. Y'all stay tuned. I might upload it, I may not. I want to kind of vlog today, so maybe I'll do that today. Just my regular everyday, you know, whatever. But so this weekend I went to a or last weekend I guess, I went to a day party in Oakland. Well, technically Emeryville. It's by this dude who always throws them. And I spoke about this topic on my Snapchat, so I feel like it's a good one to talk about on here. We always go to his parties. They really be nice. It's really like chill and like it's a cool like little like outdoor home girl like barbecue type of feel. Like you know, you got the jungle juice, whatever, all that. And it's fun. The weather's nice. You get to see people, nice looking people, somebody you may want to talk to, maybe, you know, might be your future baby daddy. And whatnot. So me and my girls, we went or whatever. And what's crazy is I've known this for a long time because I've experienced this like in that area. I would just say that a lot of it's well, first let me back up. In that area, this is where the Black people really are. Like I said, I think I've said it in another video, but you know, I live in California and I live in the Bay Area, and the Bay Area has a lot of different people. We are like the most diverse community or whatever you want to call it, but it's really diverse, but it's a small Black community in certain areas, especially like where I stay. So if you want to see your Black people, you want to see, you know, the culture really just spreads like that, you need to like go to East Bay, which is like Emeryville, Oakland, Berkeley, San Francisco, you know, stuff like that. Concord. And y'all hear that screaming and stuff, that's my brother and my mom just ruining my video per usual. Early this Wednesday morning, like, I don't get it. He's such a brat. I go to this party. We're cool, right? But we get there, like I said, a lot of beautiful people, all shades, all sizes, but we all black. It is beautiful. I love seeing black people together. And it's another thing, like, being out in that community, in that area, usually when black people get together, it's a shooting. It don't last. It gets shut down. The cops come and tear us apart. But for some reason, like, his little, like, parties, they be cool and they don't get shut down. Nobody shoots it up, so we can all have fun. So that's why it's usually a good turnout and everybody likes to go. And I'm seeing all these different beautiful faces and everything, like I said, and I just noticed one thing, and I say it, and my homegirls like back me up right immediately. I'm like, this vibe that I'm getting from these females is just, the hate is just radiating off of their bodies, like, just radiant, like, beautiful, pretty girls, all of them very pretty, but like, you're just super ugly because I can feel your hate for seeing another pretty girl in the same area as you, coming off of your vibe. Like, I can feel the vibe. And I tell my best friend this, and she's like, right? Like, I thought I was tripping. I'm like, no, like, what's up with this? And I just wanted to speak on this again. Like I said, I spoke about this on my Snapchat, but what's up with this? Like, I feel like this is really, really bad in the Bay Area amongst the black girl community. A lot, and I know this is like women in general. I know women do this a lot. It was just very sad, but especially here, I feel it a lot more. And I just want to know, like, what's up? Like, what's tea, sis? Like, why can't we all be pretty and acknowledge it and be like, hey, another pretty girl's here. Hey, another beautiful girl's here. You look good. Keep it moving. Give good vibes. Why it gotta be mean mugs and toot up lips and just stankness? Lord. And just like stankness, like, why? Like, why can't we all be pretty? Why can't we all share this area and this energy of love and women support and women being proud of other women looking good and doing their thing? Like, why does it have to be such a I see her, she cute, but I ain't gonna say nothing because like, I ain't gonna be cool with her. I don't know her. Like, what is all that for? You don't gotta sit here and praise the girl and the floor she walks on, but what you don't gotta do is mean mug and give bad energy just because you're mad that you're not the only pretty female, and it actually makes you really ugly because you're sitting there hating like hell and it doesn't make any sense. So that's just something like really got to me, because there was a few females that were like, hey, you're really pretty, and I'm like, hey, you're really pretty, and we're like, cool. But when we said this to each other, we're like, don't you see, like, get the vibe that everyone is upset that there's another pretty female in the same circumference as them? Like, so I just don't understand. Like, that's a big thing for me. I hate when females do that. Like, you can support another woman without, how do I say, like, without neglecting the fact that you're another beautiful woman. Like, you can do that. And I just feel like girls, especially in the Bay Area, especially in the black community, feel like they gotta dim someone else's light for theirs to shine more. And I'm sorry, boo, you don't gotta do that. Everybody can shine bright like a diamond, period. Okay. So that's just something I had a problem with. I didn't really like that. That's what kind of killed some of my vibe, but I didn't let that stop me from partying. Okay, your girl was turned. Next on the docket, I'm gonna have this mess. Okay, tell me why I'm mad excited. Like, I just got my ticket yesterday to go back home to New Orleans. Like, yo, it's getting real. Like, it's about to be nice. Getting real. I can't wait, y'all. Like, I can't wait to go. Like, I can't wait. So that's what I'm, like, mostly, like, anticipating is going back home to New Orleans, going to the Essence Festival, seeing my boo daddy, and getting turned. Like, period. Here's a question for you guys. I feel like, so first I'm gonna state how I feel about it, then I'm gonna ask the question. I feel like, especially if you're living in an area where it's predominantly white, or you're just the minority, which is usually the norm for us, I do feel like if that's what you want to do, and that parents should, encourage this is for your child to go to a HBCU. And if for y'all who may be watching this video don't know what a HBCU is, it's a historically black college. Real quick, I'm gonna talk about how historically black colleges came to. Historically black colleges, first of all, were not schools of choice in the beginning. They were schools that were made by other black people who made these colleges because blacks were not allowed to go to what we call now PWIs, which were PWIs because we weren't allowed to go there. If that makes any sense, it should make complete good sense. We weren't allowed to go to these schools, so we made schools for ourselves, like we always make a way. And I just feel like that kind of history should be installed in young black scholars. Like, I feel like that sense of a black community, a strong black community, seeing other young black people, really trying to make it and networking with each other. God dang it. And networking with each other, getting to know each other, just seeing another black person do well. Because honestly, I feel like where we are, especially like where I am and a lot of other places, it's hard when you're going to a school like I am, and the city that I'm going to school is Cupertino, and that's nothing but Asians and Indians, like nothing but that. It's the tech area. We are Silicon Valley, the tech gurus or whatever the hell you want to call it. And nothing is wrong with diversity. I'm not saying that. But, it can sometimes feel like you're all on your own when you're in a classroom and no one looks like you. And you're sitting here and you're in college and you're struggling anyway, to stay there, to stay motivated, to stay feeling like people have my back. Of course, most schools have like cohorts. Like I have like a Moja at my school, and like they have BSUs and things like that. But I can definitely guarantee you that it's not the same experience as going to a HBCU. And I really do feel like that is something that you should at least look into, because it is a part of our history. It is a part of getting to know our history better, getting to know and see other black people do well. And so basically my question to y'all is, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like black scholars should be going to HBCU more? It's like HBCU should getting bigger turnouts from students of color, and that should be a big topic of discussion when applying to colleges, because especially living in California, we are known for a really good education background and whatnot, and everyone looks at me crazy when I say I want to get out of here and I want to go to a HBCU, because they're like, you're in the state with the best schools, what are you talking about? But I have this thing that there's this kind of connotation that because you go to a HBCU, you're not getting the best education, or what is considered the best education. And I've even had my mom say to me, like, when you show that degree and you show where you get it from, it's going to look better coming from, let's say, like Cal Poly, or look better coming from UCLA or UC Davis, or then coming from Howard, or coming from Clark, or coming from Southern University, something like that, just because it's California and they know that you went to the South and you got an education where there's a bunch of black people. And I really feel like, that stigma or stereotype should not be put on HBCUs, because a lot of successful people went to HBCUs and graduated from HBCUs. Let's think. P. Diddy, or Brotherly Love, whatever the hell his name is now, he graduated from HBCU. Spike Lee graduated from HBCU. He is still very is very adamant about HBCUs being an advocate for HBCUs, and being very vocal about how important it is to black young people. And he's very successful, so I just feel like, what's wrong with HBCU? Even HBCU should be pushed in a black household. Why not support where you come from, who you come from, and the people that really want to help see you win? Like, let's keep it all the way 100. You go to a HBCU, I feel like you're gonna get more support than you would at a PWI, because they already know your disadvantage. They already know what you're gonna be going through going forward. You feel me? So like, I do feel like they are something that should at least be considered when talking about college in a black household. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with this Mario Badescu lavender spritz, and then we're gonna go for that highlight, and we done. This get ready with me is pretty long. It's longer than the last one, but I had a couple topics to talk about, and I was taking all day, so that's okay. But yeah, drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about HBCUs and whatnot, or if y'all have something else y'all want to talk about, or what opposing views y'all have about HBCUs, or if you feel like you shouldn't go to one, why? So I dyed my hair, and I want to talk about how I dyed it, but I think I'm gonna like save a video for that, like for more detail. If y'all drop down in the comments and let me know like that's what y'all want to see, I will go ahead and do that and like put a video on it and how I did it. But my hair is originally black, and I'll insert a picture somewhere of how it looked before. Now it's like a chocolate, like I don't even know what to call it. The reason why I even called it chocolate is because my coworker yesterday, she was like, oh, was that color like a chocolate? Like, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But it's like a reddish, brownish. I'm trying to get it a little more like golden, at least at the tips. I don't know if it's gonna come off super well in this lighting and on camera, so I am gonna go ahead and start a picture or a video or whatever of how it looks in the sun, so y'all can see. Okay. So y'all just saw how it looked. It's super cute. I really like it. It's super different. I don't know, like being a natural, like I feel like sometimes you just need to add a little spice to your life, and I feel like one of the best ways to do that is with color in your hair news. I do, like I said in the last video, I think I did mention this, I do have 2 wig reviews coming up. I just had to take off the wig because y'all, like, I had been wearing wigs for like 3 weeks straight, and my scalp was like, girl, we need a break. So the video is gonna be a little delayed, but it is gonna be a 2-for-1. So it will be 2 videos on 2 different wigs, and y'all gonna like it. It's real cute. I wore it to the little day party that I went to this weekend, so I know, and I like it a lot, and they're very affordable. So just stay on the lookout for that, because those videos should be coming up soon. But I did want to get more content out like this. I want more makeup videos on my channel, and story times and vlogs and TTWTTs. Just because I want a variety. I don't want just all hair reviews, because at this point I have majority hair reviews on my channel. So yeah, I just want to get out a little bit more content. I'll be back real quick. I'm about to change into my outfit of the day, and then I will show y'all what lip I'm going to be rocking today. All right? Oh, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with this brown NYX. What the hell? Cut. Okay, I'm just going with this brown NYX liner. I do believe this is the eyeliner, but I like this roll one better, so yeah, it don't matter where it go. Going on my lips like that. And then I'm gonna go in with this Anastasia. It's the liquid lipstick. What color is this? This has been my go-to recently. I really like this look. Oh, and Ashton. Super cute, like super cute by itself, but I love it with my lip liner. And it is like a matte when it dries. Just look how cute that is when it mixes. Like, girl. And then like I'll go back and like kind of go over the lines on the side because they get lost in the sauce. But this is how it looks when it dries. It'll be a little bit more matte, of course. I love how this looks matte, and I've been rocking it matte, but I keep wondering how it would look if I put a little gloss on top of it. Should I? Because like this matte look is like everything, but I feel like if I put just a little gloss on it, it'll really like just bring it a different look. Let me see. Yeah, this is it, y'all. This is the look. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Looking like me, looking like this, looking like that. Like, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys thumbs this video up. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. I don't really talk about it that much, but it's a big deal because you can know when I put the next video up like this, and you could be ready like this, not like this. So make sure y'all go ahead and do that. Okay.